What's going on, guys? Skylord Studios 005 back here again, and today we finally have the review of probably the most anticipated CX Expand Blade, Bahamut Blitz. So this was actually the first release of the Expand system. I'm pretty sure I got all the Expand Blades in reverse basically, because it was supposed to be Bahamut Blitz, Night Fortress, and then Ragnar Rage. But I ended up getting Ragnar Rage first, then Night Fortress, and now Bahamut Blitz. So the March lineup is complete. We've got all three of them here. Bahamut Blitz aesthetically was the one I was looking forward to the most. And there's a bit of speculation about kind of the significance of Bahamut Blitz. So to give story context, again, spoiler alert if you haven't seen any of the newer manga chapters, Bahamut Blitz is owned by the Blader One Cross. And the whole point of Season 3 is, it's Jackson versus all 9 of his siblings. And one is, I think, the oldest, and he's supposed to be the strongest. He becomes Zero, who's Jackson's dad's basically right-hand man. He works with Zero very closely, because he's the strongest out of all the crosses, or out of the cross siblings. And he owns Bahamut Blitz. So you'd figure, okay, the strongest member would be in the final battle, and it is widely speculated that Zero is probably going to own Valkyrie Volt. It's never confirmed, so you'd think that the strongest out of the crosses is going to be in the final battle. That means his base is probably going to be a burst homage. So when we see Bahamut Blitz, it's like, okay, this has got to be a reference to Bahamut. This has never been confirmed. TT never said anything about Bahamut, but they confirmed 9 Crosses Bay, Ragnar Rage, is a homage to Ragnarok. So there's speculation that it is a homage to Bahamut. I personally believe it's a homage to Bahamut, just given the way it performs. But I think it is a double homage, but not in the way most people think. Most people, when they hear double homage, like, okay, it's going to be Salamander in Bahamut, because of the pink, the 5-bladed aggression. That's Salamander, right? And then it just has the Bahamut name scheme. What I think this is I don't think it's a Bahamut and Salamander. I think it's Bahamut and Bahamut double homage. What I mean by this is, back in Shogun Steel, we had Bahamut, which was the final one. I think it was Pegasus Bahamut was like the final boss bay. And it was Metal Fight Shogun Steel's version of Bahamut that was an extremely aggressive attack type. What is Bahamut Blitz? An extremely aggressive attack type. So I think with the more color scheme of Burst, because it did have that pink and black color scheme, but the aggression of the Metal Fight one, you get both Bahamuts combined. And also it's not really a gimmick, it's more like, okay, this is a cool feature that somewhat translates to the Burst one, being the fact that you can change it from 5 modes to 10 modes, but that's not an advertised feature, that's just customization. But that's just kind of speculation. Let's start off with the blade, because it's like the most important part. Bahamut Blitz Knuckle Break. So, in case you guys didn't know, the new CX Expand system breaks CX blades from 3 pieces into 4. So you have the lock chip, which is Bahamut. And a lot of people have speculated this, and I personally believe this. If we look, zoom in. Focus camera, come on. Focus. Oh. Alright, here we go. Bahamut. There are 2 green flames right there that almost look like a B. And the homage notice, if you guys can see Ragnar Rage, is that flame looks like an R. So the B for Bahamut, the R for Ragnar Rage. And I'm pretty sure they said Valkyrie Volt is upside down, but the V for Valkyrie, right? So I personally believe that to be true, because also, again, spoiler alert for the manga, One Cross, who owns Bahamut Blitz, said, "All right, I'll see you guys at the top of the X Tower, where I will use my full power." That is basically them confirming that he's going to be a final boss character. So him and Zero are probably going to be the 2 final bosses, or plus a 3rd member, who I honestly don't know who that could be. Next up is the Overblade, which is the new piece. Main blades have been split into a metal blade and an overblade for CX Expand. Now, the overblade is called Break. It is a 5-pointed overblade with one large point, which is significant for the gimmick of Bahamut Blitz, which is kind of like Drawn Buster, where it's all attack focused into one point. And this is the first piece. Again, it's a little plastic over part. It's kind of like the parts from Metal Fight. I don't remember what they're called right now. But next up, we have the Blitz Blade. And again, that one big piece is going to line up here. It's very triangular. It almost reminds me of the old Achilles from Burst, where it had like the triangle contact points for, I think, Zest Achilles. But again, it's kind of like Drawn Buster mixed with Leon Claw, where it's like the 5 blades and then, you know, the one big hit. I really like the pink and black aesthetic. I think it looks really cool. And again, you can set that there and have one big contact point leading up. So it's like small, small, big, small. But also, again, not really advertised, but I think is a pretty cool concept, is that you can rotate it and have it be 10 blades, which would be more defensive, which is what the Burst Bahamut was. And also, the Burst Bahamut's gimmick was that it would go from less blades to more blades and make it more round, which is kind of what you can do here. But I think I'm just stretching at that point. And then there's the Assist Blade Knuckle, which is a 5-bladed assist blade with, again, one more filled in point and one bigger point, whereas the other ones have holes to add more weight. And then again, we are going to see how this lines up. And you can see all one big point right there. Very aggressive shape. Putting the Bahamut lock chip on there, it looks so good, guys. Then we have probably the ratchet that's going to break the meta. 150. Very low height ratchet. 1 point makes it harder to burst than, say, 450. And again, following the trend, you have one large contact point right there. This is going to be scary on Shark Scale and Wizard Rod combos. Because Wizard Rod 150 low orb or Hexa, that's going to be bad. Shark Scale 150 low rush, dog. Scary. And then, probably the worst part, but also the funniest part to me, the bit Ignition. Ignition has no stamina. It is one full charge, and then it dies because it has no stamina. You can see, it's literally just these little protrusions here. This part doesn't even make contact. So, and it does have the Excel gears, so. Again, a lot of Drawn Buster vibes from this, but in its own unique way. And let's showcase the 3 CX Expand Blades all together. So, yeah. And also, guys, we've got another bay to review here, or we have another 2 bays to review. Because while I was out today, I found the Hack Viking 2-pack, which really quickly I'm going to go over them. Again, a majority of these are either repeats or echoes. Ghost Circle, green version, or Circle Ghost, I guess. Green version of it. Very lightweight. It has good stamina, but it gets knocked out extremely easily, so it's not really meta relevant. There's a QR code if you guys want to scan it. Again, I like the green. I think it looks cool. 460, which we did get on the original, so that is nice. I do like the colors. I think it mixed well with the green, kind of like Slimer vibes. But the coolest part is this originally came on Hexa. The Hasbro gave us a huge win by giving us a reprint of Low Rush in green. So, huge W. Probably one of, if not the best attack bits in the game. It's just weird parts that it came on. So, yeah. But it's very nice to have another Low Rush, especially in green. Really good for that 150 from Wizard Rod. Get some cool hover wiring combos on like that green 150. Or not 150. That green 160 from the green Wizard Rod, and then the green Low Rush from Ghost Circle. That looks so peak. Next up, we have Hack Viking, which is kind of the whole purpose of buying the pack. This is a echo of Hammer Incendio. Comes on 455 and Orb. 455 is a simple ratchet, meaning it's easier to burst. There's a QR code. And Orb is a smaller version of Ball, being a good stamina bit. They did patch the dual spin, I believe. Oh, they didn't. Nice. Okay, so one of the cool things about Hammer Incendio or Hell's Hammer is that it was kind of discovered that given the shape of the launcher prongs, if done correctly, you can get it to spin left. I think it has to be a certain one. There we go. 3, 2, 1. And yeah, so that was not intentional. It's not legal to spin it left, but it's pretty cool that we have another theoretical dual spin. So let's do the Hack Viking battles really quick. To start off, we'll do it up against Go Circle. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Points to Hack Viking. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. That's going to be Hack Viking. 3-0. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Circle goes. What is it? 3, 2. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, good hit. He was also showcasing how overpowered Low Rush is, because it doesn't even matter if you have contact points. Circle Ghost is a complete, it's just a circle, so it's not going to do too much damage. Just the speed, it's insane. That is Hack Viking's win. So we're going to do one more battle for Hack Viking, just because it's kind of just another retool. So, and then we'll move on to Bahamut Blitz's battles. So the final battle and the next battle for Hack Viking will be another, I think this was supposed to release at the same time, UX Hasbro exclusive being Stun Medusa. So Shinobi Shadow Echo versus Hell's Hammer, or Hammer Incendio Echo. 3, 2, 1. Again, both are stamina types, so kind of interesting. And Stun Medusa takes the first point. 1-0. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. That is Hack Viking, 1-1. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Hack Viking, 3-1. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Oh, it's gonna be a close one. And Stun Medusa wins. Alright, next up, we are going to do Bahamut Blitz versus Drawn Brave on Heavy. So, yeah, first CX versus CX, first CX expand. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 2 points for Bahamut Blitz. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Yeah, if it doesn't land those early hits, it's pretty much done stamina-wise. And then it's Drawn Brave, 2-1. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And that is Drawn Brave, 2, 2. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. That is Drawn Brave's win. Alright, so the next battle is going to be against another CX Expand Blade, Ragnar Rage versus Bahamut Blitz. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 2 points, Bahamut Blitz. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Bahamut Blitz wins. And now we're going to switch to the Infinity Stadium to see Bahamut Blitz versus Night Fortress. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 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 That is Night Fortress 2. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Alright, so for the next battle, I'm going to have Bahamut Blitz face off against Meteor Dragoon. First left spin, or that it's facing. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 3 points to Meteor Dragoon. Actually, I am going to reshoot that one simply because the camera got hit, so you guys weren't able to really see it. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Is he going to be able to equalize from Dragoon? I'm going to give the first point to Meteor Dragoon. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. That is 3-0 Meteor Dragoon. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And yeah, Meteor Dragoon wins. And now, for the final opponent Bahamut Blitz will be facing, in the final battle for the video, we're going to have Bahamut Blitz versus Valkyrie Volt. So, let's see. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. That's actually a pretty cool simultaneous X dash. I'm going to give the first point to Bahamut Blitz. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. Ooh, 2 points, Bahamut Blitz. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. That is 3-2, Valkyrie Volt. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And Bahamut Blitz takes it. So overall, what are my final thoughts? Hack Viking in the 2-pack, probably a skip, not really worth it. Just get Hammer and Incendio. For if you're really looking for the blade. Low Rush is a nice reprint, but that's really if that's the only part you're getting this for, it's not really worth it. Because you get 2 other kind of filler bays. I mean, it's a cool blade, but it doesn't really do much. And then Bahamut Blitz. It's very difficult to master Bahamut Blitz, but yes. Bahamut Blitz, I think, is a very powerful attack type. I think with enough mastery, this thing's going to be insane. Ignition with enough mastery is going to be insane, because you guys saw it practically just jumped over the rail and just went on a second time automatically without me having to do anything. I'd say, yeah, if you're willing to put in the work to master it, 150 is a good ratchet. I think the Blitz blade is going to be seen a lot more in battles. I think Blitz on break and the Valkyrie lock chip and the heavy assist blade is now the heaviest combo, because I think Blitz is the heaviest like metal blade. So I'm very interested to see what type of combos will come from that. 150 on Wizard Rod is going to be a nightmare. 150 on pretty much anything is going to be a nightmare. And Ignition's just fun. I don't think it's going to be super meta. But what did you guys think? Are you guys going to pick up Bahamut Blitz? Make sure you use make sure you use code SKYLORD7 at Bays and Bricks if you want 7% off your order. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on Bahamut Blitz. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.